And my son, he was a young man. I count on him. You hear me? He helped me in my household. I don't live with a man. I live with me and my 4 children. He was the man of the house. That's who helped me. And he took him from me.
I got a whole series. It's called The Sons of Single Mothers. You know, we are the sons of single mothers. We sometimes have to take care of our single mother. We sometimes have to be the man of the house with our single mother. We sometimes don't have a life, a childhood, messing with our single mothers. I remember me and my big brother going to the gas station in DC to pump gas because my mother was laid off at the time, and you know, she was on welfare. And you know, I remember standing out in the cold, 11, 12 years old, with my older brother at the gas station in the hood, pumping gas, asking people, can I pump your gas? I remember that, just so we can gather up enough money so we can go to the carryout and get a pizza, some wings, some french fries. You know, I have vivid memories of this, you know. And, you know, I don't necessarily blame my single mother. Like, I don't blame single mothers. I don't hate single mothers. I blame the Democratic Party for bestowing this ideology onto our women of this I don't need a man aspect, this independency, which they're not really independent because they're dependent on the government. But I remember these days, and, you know, I was in ignorance back then, and it was normal. It was normalized dysfunction, you see? And I tell you guys this because I remember having to be the man of the house. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I am your host, Dutch, the Black Non-Democrat. And if you're finding me for the first time here on YouTube, please, if you enjoy this content, hit that like button so everybody else can enjoy it as well. And if you really like what you hear and see, hit that subscribe button so you can come on back. But until then, let's get to this video. Alright folks, on today's video we're going to be talking about a 13-year-old boy who was murdered in my hometown, Washington, D.C. And I know you guys hear me talk about being from D.C. a lot. Y'all always see me pull up my sleeve and show you my tattoo. I designed this tattoo myself. If you guys don't know, I am a graphic designer, okay? So if you need anything graphic wise, anything, logos, album covers, song covers, whatever, I'm giving me a promo right now. Yes, I am. I'm promoing it, but I am a graphic design, Apex Graphic Design. That is it. I'll put it right here on the screen for you. There you go. But back to the tattoo. The 1280 represent the apartment building, the condemned apartment building with rats and roaches that my single mother had us grow up in. And I have fond memories from that apartment, and you know, I had fun there. You know, we were in dilapidation and we were in poverty, but at the end of the day, it was still an experience. But I still don't want my children to experience that as well. And the Northeast is Northeast Washington, D.C. I am from Trinidad Avenue, and you know, got the Capitol building there and the good old W, Nationals W. But I love DC. I love DC culture. I am DC culture. My family still resides in DC. We have decades and decades and decades of family from that place. My father grew up there. My mother is from New Jersey, but she migrated with my grandmother to DC. So it's always going to be DC. But right now, I don't live in DC, and I will never move back to DC. I will never move back to the hood. I will never move to any type of hood. I am in the suburbs now, rural suburbs, but I'm away from my family, at least an hour and a half away from my cousins or my first cousins and my aunts and my uncles and my father. My mother passed away in 2017, and the reason I tell you guys all of this, and I just broke my whole family tree down, is because when I heard about this case where this 13-year-old boy lost his life, he was doing something illegal, but he still shouldn't have lost his life. Someone around the neighborhood took it upon themselves to be a vigilante. Someone around the neighborhood took it upon themselves to go out into the street where this boy was, you know, stealing cars or attempting to steal cars, and that in itself would go into what I'm really going to talk to you about. But this man decided to shoot this boy, you know, 13 years old. Decided, hey, you know, his life doesn't matter. His life should be ended right here, or at least I should shoot him. He should get shot at 13 years old. And you know, and I don't care how you look at it. If you're conservative, you're probably like, hey, you know, he shouldn't have been messing with people's property. Whatever you get off of that, you deserve. And I can understand that, and I can feel you on that. You know, property is sometimes all people have, you feel me? And I always say, you know, well, not me, but Tommy Sotomayor, he gave up this saying, and I go by it till this day. Play a stupid game, win a stupid prize, you know? But my human aspect, I'm jumping out of my logic, I'm jumping out of my conservatism, you see, because I am a black conservative. But my human aspect, always going to go back to, now I never stole cars or anything, but I was that 13-year-old boy running around DC not understanding nothing, you know, because I didn't have a father in my life. I didn't have any male influences in my life to show me what not to do. You know, a lot of these things that these little boys are doing are because they have no guidance. You know, I got a couple of videos out on the channel where you guys can go down in the description box where I got a whole series. It's called The Sons of Single Mothers. You know, we are the sons of single mothers. We sometimes have to take care of our single mother. We sometimes have to be the man of the house with our single mother. We sometimes don't have a life, a childhood, messing with our single mothers. I remember me and my big brother going to the gas station in DC to pump gas because my mother was laid off at the time, and you know, she was on welfare. And you know, I remember standing out in the cold, 11, 12 years old, with my older brother at the gas station in the hood, pumping gas, asking people, can I pump your gas? I remember that, just so we can gather up enough money so we can go to the carryout and get a pizza, some wings, some french fries. You know, I have vivid memories of this, you know. And you know, I don't necessarily blame my single mother. Like, I don't blame single mothers. I don't hate single mothers. I blame the Democratic Party for bestowing this ideology onto our women of this I don't need a man aspect, this independency, which they're not really independent because they're dependent on the government. But I remember these days, and you know, I was in ignorance back then, and it was normal. It was normalized dysfunction, you see? And I tell you guys this because I remember having to be the man of the house, you know? like you guys heard in the beginning of this video, I'm not going to criticize this woman like I usually do women on this channel. I'm really just trying to just dial that down a little bit, because you know, I find myself not having my message get fully conveyed when I'm so truthful and I'm so direct, and I'm trying to be that, you know, and I'm trying to be that for a mass of people who's watching me. But time and time again, women come to my channel and, you know, they just don't get the message, and they blame it being on me being so direct and me looking at stats, but that's what I gotta do. You know, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna change that, but at the end of the day, I'm gonna try to soften my message a little bit, because I am about to get monetized on this channel, and I want to keep the channel going and going and going, and I don't want to, you know, fall between the YouTube guidelines and, you know, get my channel shut down or something, because I really think that I have something meaningful going on here. But back to this lady, you know, she sat there and said her son was basically her man. Her son took care of everything. Her son, she lived with her 4 children, you know. Our women depend so much on their little boys. They put so much on their little boys. I mean, from the age of 2, 3, 4, this my little man, this. Why is it like this, you guys? I understand why it's like that. What I really want to know is, why do we perpetuate it? And she said it so cavalier. She said it so confident. She was so confident in this little boy, this 13-year-old boy, being the man of the house. That boy don't know anything about being a man. That boy was out stealing cars. Aside from it being wrong, this man killing him, from my point of view, he was still stealing cars. He was out stealing cars. Now, we can chop that up to, he was stealing cars for his family, so he can go sell the car, get the money, and go be the man of the house. You see? I don't know. But what I do know is, coming from a single mother home produces things like this. And you guys sit up there and come to my comment section and say, well, my mother did the damn thing with me. My mother did this. My mother did that. She was a single mother. She was a single mother. I understand that, but I'm not here to talk about the outlier. I'm not here to talk about the exception. We got to worry about this rule. And the rule is, majority of black men that are in the cemetery right now, between the ages of 10 and 25, are from single mother homes, in these dilapidated neighborhoods, in these impoverished situations, man. I tell y'all about this. I don't got that because I'm proud of that. I got that to remind me I'm never going back to that. 1280 Rum Street, Northeast Washington, D.C. I ride past that place a lot, and I really don't care for that place anymore. I'm not in my family, like I told you, they are hooded up, baby, and I go back sometime, you know what I'm saying? But but I do give a shout out to them. They tell me, bro, go do what you do. My father always texting me, man, you bigger man than me, and you know, you do what you gotta do for your family. Don't worry about what nobody's saying about you. And I love my father for that. My father has always kept it real. He wasn't always there in my life, but he was always there in my life, if you get what I'm saying. And Pops, if I haven't told you lately, I love you and I respect you And I appreciate you for everything, every gem that you ever gave me, because that's what this channel is all about. Helping women understand the importance of fathers in the children's lives. That's the first thing I want y'all to know about me and this channel, okay? Rest in peace to this 13-year-old boy, and I hope his mother can find some peace in her life and start to think, I can't do this by myself anymore. That's what I want you guys to understand. It's not about who's right or wrong. It's about what we're going to do for these children. That's all I got, man. Y'all go down in the comment section, tell me what you think, and on top of that, click this next video here. You may learn something. That's all I got. Y'all be safe out there, but please be safe and stay unplugged from false narratives. I'm out. Peace.